Welcome to season 4 of the Women in Industry podcast. My name is Kirsty Davies-Chinnock, and today I'm joined by Ingrid Saraiva. I knew I'd get your name wrong. We've just
It's fine.
practiced, haven't we?
Yeah,
Saraiva.
it was so amazing.
I'm so sorry about that. There we go.
Don't worry.
It proves it's live, it proves that I could go back and edit it, or we could stop and start again, but everybody makes mistakes. So what a great way to start the podcast then, by making a mistake. Ingrid is pursuing a master's degree at the moment in the UK as a British Councilwoman in STEM scholar, but began her career in operations and maintenance in the heavy machine sector. And she developed skills in coordination, team management, and predictive analytics. Over time, she discovered her passion lies in building intelligent systems that solve real-world problems using technology. Ingrid received her mechanical engineering degree in her native Brazil, focusing on the mechanical systems, material science, and industrial applications. Her final project, titled Monitoring of Fluid Analysis in the Lubrication System of Hydraulic Excavator Engines, explored predictive maintenance techniques in heavy machinery. So welcome, Ingrid. Thank you very much for joining the podcast. We connected on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago. I was on a panel at Birmingham Tech Week and you were in the audience. Birmingham Tech Week has some great events. Did any in particular stand out for your interests?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation and everything. Thank you for the introduction. It's really complicated to pronounce the name if you're not from Brazil, I think. But yeah, Saraiva is fine. Don't worry about it. And about the Women Tech, yes, was amazing. I would say that my favorite day was the Women Tech Day, which was where I met you actually. And the experience was really brilliant because I had the opportunity to hear from women who already succeed. And sometimes you need to hear from them to keep you on track. Sometimes you're doing your thing, you're working hard, but you cannot forget the there are women who already achieved what you want to, and it's good to look into them and be inspired by. And for me, it was really good to hear some message with. Sometimes you heard it before. There's simple message, just like believe in yourself, keep on doing, try again. It's okay to fail, but in daily activities, when you're thinking so much about what is the next step, if you forget about the basic thing, you cannot keep going. So that was my favorite part of it. Yeah.
It's nice to meet people who've perhaps been through similar situations that you have, or similar environments, isn't it?
Exactly. And that was the events like that give you the opportunity to do so. So I mentioned the Women Tech, but it was also an AI symposium that I really liked it because it's something that we are talking about a lot nowadays, and it's good to have a different perspective from people who are already working with that, from companies that are already doing the activities, they're applying this type of technology. And well, it was just wow, there were so many people interested in the same subject, and it's just feel part of community and you feel in the safe space. So it was really good.
Can you tell me more about being a woman in STEM scholar? I was looking at your LinkedIn page, and I saw that you were in Glasgow earlier this year. What is a woman in STEM scholar?
Oh my gosh, that's really interesting. So I got a British Council scholarship last year to study in the UK, and a really competitive one, I have to say. It was 10 women selected in Brazil. I was one of the lucky ones.
That's
And
not a lot of people, is it? Just 10 people?
just 10 people. Yeah. And for me, I was really nervous because, well, I'm from Brazil and English is not my first language, and I knew that I have to get a high standard in the language, and it was something that I learned basically alone. So it was quite complicated, but yeah, I did it. And about Glasgow was really interesting because, as I told you, they select some people from different part of the world, and they decided to make a huge event in the
Wow.
University of Glasgow and bringing all the women together.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
yeah, it was
So
amazing.
there must have been so many different countries represented
Exactly.
there.
Exactly. So I met also other women from Brazil. I met people from Mexico, Vietnam, so many countries, and we have this opportunity to bring something together. So we had, obviously, the focus was to talk about women in STEM. So we have people who already work with her in the past who do this now, and we have panels, we have opportunity to make some questions, and we also have some group activities to think outside the box and bring solutions together. And it was a really rich experience to work with so many women from all of the world.
That's really nice because I think at the moment um, it's quite a scary geopolitical
Hmm.
environment. Um, and there's America in particular are pushing back on DEI and things like that. And the
Exactly.
fact that quietly we're still bringing women from all around the world to
Mm.
study, advance their careers, but also the rich academic life within the UK and collaborate together is absolutely lovely to hear because it's bad news, isn't it? Every time you open a newspaper or look
Yes.
online. So the fact that this is happening, oh, it's restoring my faith in human nature. It really is.
I think we are really fortunate to have this experience. Yeah, I really thank you, British Council, to provide me this opportunity to live a dream. Yeah.
As part of your career so far, you completed a program with alumni where you were mentored. Um,
Mm.
what did you gain from having a mentor? Who was your mentor? What did she do?
So my mentor was Anna. She used to be an engineer in Brazil too. She studied in the same place as I did. So I'm from north of Brazil in Amazon region, and she was studying there. And now I mean, at the time she was my mentor. She was in the US uh, doing her PhD. And yeah, I still follow her on LinkedIn, and we don't have as much as contact, but she's an incredible woman. And I choose alumna because in 2022 I was getting my first full-time job, the one you mentioned, and for me it was quite complicated to understand how work. And she was the one who was guiding me to say, okay, so this is soft skill, this is hard skill, this is a career path, this is what you can do to get on top, to get into high position. And it was 6 months of project, but I had um, contact with her at least once a month, and also other types of um, panels with other people, with other women, and they helped me a lot. So it was really, really important for me because it was my first time learning to project what I want, not for now, not just for now, but also for the future.
And that's really important, isn't it? You work really hard to get a degree and then get a job, but you still want to grow and learn and
Hmm.
advance in your career. And sometimes that might
Exactly.
involve pivoting slightly, still being within an industrial
Hmm.
environment, but changing career path or changing um, the precise nature of the engineering rather than mechanical. You might go into project engineering or something else.
Exactly.
And would you be a mentor in the future, do you think, to someone else?
Definitely, yes. So you mentioned alumni project, and when I was applying to get my scholarship, I mentioned alumni because it was really important to me. And I think it was last month, I sent a message to the woman who created the project, and I told her, "Oh, I mentioned you that time, and I'm in the UK now, so thank you." And she invited me to participate in videos of 5 years anniversary of the project. So I was really, really happy about it. And as the project was so important to me, I really know that I want to bring this kind of knowledge to another person. And in my previous job, I had the opportunity to have team. So it wasn't really a mentor, I think, but sort of.
Yeah.
And I want to do this, yeah, better in the future.
So at the moment, you're in the UK, you're working on your master's. Um, what area are you focusing on at the moment? What's your
So
primary interest?
the masters for me was hard to select the subject because I was studying mechanical engineer for the whole time, and then I changed it to robotics, which it might be similar, but for me it was completely new. And well, when you talk about robots, you might think about the robot itself,
Yeah.
but actually so much more than that. So I think that now I could join both of the subjects. So I think about automation, I think about control, I think about machine learning because I have
Hmm.
some subjects like this. And I thought, well, why not? I came here to challenge myself, to learn more. So it's what I want now. I want to focus both of them. And for my project, I selected working with sensors. So I was using machine learning to recognize materials using this sensor. So it was difficult, I have to say, but super fun, super amazing, super good because you can learn even more, and there's
Mm.
always something happening and a new technology. And if you just stop and not focus on um learn new things, you'll be in the past. It's not worth it.
It's really strange, isn't it? Because you learn something about robotics or automation, and then
Mm-hmm.
that leads you to learn something else, and then that's something
Yes.
else, and then the next thing
Yes.
you know, you've sort of gone down this black hole, and you're obsessed about the quality of chips in that, or obsessed about what materials it's going to be used,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
weight and composites and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think I sort of look at things like that as the more you can know about it, the more you're likely to um, come up with new ideas. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Rather than
It makes
sort
total
of,
sense.
you're not following sort of the alphabet through from A to Z or counting 1 to 10. When you're sort of going off onto these tangents and focusing on a small aspect, it gives you a renewed understanding of the overall sort of subject, which I think is, it's how engineers' brains work, which is great for us who rely on things that they design and make.
Yeah, and you also have the feeling that the most you learning, as you said, the most you don't know anything because when you searching for example, you said that okay, I'm mechanical engineer. This is the big topic, and then you choose something inside of it. Let's say heavy machinery, and then inside of heavy machinery, you have so many specs, and then it's just impossible for you to learn everything. You just want to, but you just can't.
That's really, really true. So let's talk about heavy equipment, heavy machinery. So you were a heavy equipment maintenance engineer. So
Yes.
you just said there's lots of different equipment. So what equipment were you working with?
It was 2.5 years working with that, and I didn't have the names in English, so I just searched them here to bring to you.
Oh, thank you so
So it was,
much. Yeah, I'm putting you to all this extra work. And I couldn't even
yeah.
pronounce your surname. Oh, gosh.
No, don't worry, it's fine. So it was excavators, bulldozers, graders, backhoes. I work with a bit of pavement machineries too. There was so much things going on. And just for you to understand what kind of job I used to do. So my job was basically take care of the predictive maintenance. So I have to take care of those machines and provide information about how healthy they were and have contact with clients and just say, oh, this is not good. This is what we have to do. Oh, this is fine for you. It's fine. And it was a difficult job, like all jobs, I think, but also it gave me so much experience and so much opportunities to understand myself a little bit more and to also develop some skills like resilience, organization, and yeah, so this kind of
It's
machines.
heavy equipment like excavators and things like that. I've got one outside my window at the moment. They're digging up our industrial estate to put a
Oh
new
no.
substation on the factory opposite. It's chaos. It's horrible. But
Yeah,
it's the sort of
it's
thing that
clear.
you don't think about it, but you can't be halfway doing a job to lay cable, for example,
Mhm.
and the excavator stop working and have to get another one there
Oh,
because you're
yes.
on a really time sensitive
Hmm.
project when you're doing the
Exactly.
work. Um, Although, you know, as somebody who's not a civil engineer and who doesn't use them, I of course moan about it whenever they dig up a road and they put the cones out because obviously it's there to inconvenience me. I think
Exactly.
we all
It
feel the
is.
same. But getting it done as quickly as possible is is really important because it's going to cost so much money if it's delayed. So you're sort of in the background making sure everything's fit for purpose.
Yeah, I think that the time is the most problem, I think. As you said, every time, every second that the machine like that is stopped, it can cost so much money for the client. And
Mm.
your job is basically, I need to solve this problem as quick as I can so that you can do a better job all the time. And it's not easy,
And do you,
but
no, it's not, is it? But do you think that your experience being a maintenance engineer is what led you to want to look at automation and robotics in your masters?
I think so. Yeah, I think so because otherwise, if I didn't have this previous experience, I don't think I would think about robotics actually. And the fact that I select robotics was because I had a previous conversation with my professor here in the UK, and he said, well, nowadays they require engineers to understand a bit of everything. So it's really important for you to understand the other part um, of engineering too, the electronics and these kind of subjects that, at least for me in my bachelor's, I was kind of terrified of. I didn't like it much, and I was forced to understand a bit more in the master's, and I liked it. And I have to say thank you for him to encourage me actually to take the decision.
Looking at sort of, you know, your sort of CV and everything you've done so far, it's obvious that you like working on projects that have purpose, that have a real world impact.
Mhm.
What do you want to do moving forward? You spoke about having a career path and discussing it with your
Yeah,
mentor. Have you got an idea what you want to move into?
I have an idea. I don't have a specific name like this position, but I do have an idea. So, what I really want now, and I kind of gave you a spoiler before, was that I want to bring those things together. I think that everything you learn is opportunities for you to apply for, apply into something. And the best way actually for you to learn something is applying for it. And then I won't forget the this 1 year of master's and a lot of other years of bachelor's. So what I want now is really have the opportunity to bring those universities together. Why not? So bring my mechanical engineer background with robotics now and automation, as I told you, um, machine learning, AI, and I really think this is possible, especially considering what is happening now, this revolution, technological revolution we are living in.
I agree completely. One of the guests we had on in season 3, the company she works for, um, does self-driving um, baggage handling, moving machinery for airports.
Oh, wow.
And it's amazing just how they've stretched the technology that's there and incorporated it and got new uses from it. It really is.
Yes.
Or it's so strange, isn't it? Because some aspects are sort of still doing things that were the same way it was done 100 years ago, and yet in other
Mm-hmm.
aspects, it's completely, oh wow, I didn't even think about that. So strange. So
Exactly. Exactly.
you're here in Birmingham at the moment. So
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about the city? We pride ourselves on being a very diverse and inclusive city. We're a very young city. We have a lot of universities.
Mm-hmm.
And have you started calling people Bab?
I don't think I'm that local yet. Has been 1 year. But I really like the way you pronounce words. I like this Bob. When I first heard it, I was, what is that? I mean, doesn't make any sense. What is it? And I have to make some research actually to understand. But when I came here, it was in September. And as I told you, I'm from Brazil, and at least where I came from is really tropical, high temperatures the whole year. And for me, the big shock was the cold, and it wasn't really that cold at the time. I think it was 18 degrees, 15, which for you is, I don't know, summer.
Yeah,
Uh,
18
but
degrees,
but
it's still quite balmy. You
yeah,
will see people walking about in shorts and t-shirts in 18 degrees. Yeah,
exactly. Compared to the winter, oh my gosh, yeah, nothing
I
compared
can
to that.
imagine that was a shock to the system. I can imagine that was a shock to the system.
It was.
Um, Finally,
But
Ingrid,
at the same
what's the
time,
best piece of
sorry.
advice?
Oh, sorry.
No,
Okay.
carry on, carry on.
Okay, okay. So I was saying that at the same time, as you said, it's a really diverse city. So even though I wasn't from here, I'm not from here, I felt welcome because I wasn't the only person who looked different, I think. So like I feel safe. So okay, I'm
It, it,
here. I'm
it,
enjoying the city then.
yeah, it is. It's. I mean, what one of my bright polishing operators, the lovely Joseph, he's from Brazil. So
Mhm.
there's
Oh wow.
a yeah. It's um the great thing about Birmingham, and no city is perfect at all, is
Mhm.
just how much we adopt people. You are now a Brummie, I'm afraid, Ingrid. You'll have to put it on your CV. If you've
I think
if you've
I'm
lived
gonna.
in Birmingham for a
It's one
year,
of
you're a
the.
Brummie.
Yeah. I think it can enhance my opportunities. Yeah, definitely.
And finally, what's the best advice you've ever received?
So I received some good advices during my life. I'm just 25, but I keep searching for this kind of advices from different people. And one of the I like the most was to choose the path you want and make the decisions that will lead you there. So for me, it's just every time you feel lost and you don't know what you have to do next, as long as you have in mind where you want to be in the future, you're safe, because then you can go back to there and think with yourself, okay, what can I do now to get where I want to?
I like that, because it's, as human beings, if we have a problem, we focus on solving that problem to give us the best outcome for us today.
Exactly.
But if we're looking at where we want to be in 10, 15, 20 years' time, and we look at that challenge with this end game in sight, we might make different decisions. Oh, thank you so much for joining me, Ingrid. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
The
And I
pleasure was
wish you every
mine.
success with your career. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.